Hi, my name is Matt. Welcome to Unbearable 73. In this video, I'll follow up on my prior video entitled The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a Joke, as we discussed Dolly Parton withdrawing her nomination to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I have a link to my older video below, and it's a bit ranty at the end, so if you don't like rants, I apologize for it. I expressed my displeasure that several completely non-rock artists were nominated again this year for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, and I have an article. Let me put the articles on the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about. There we go. So the first one we'll do is the simple little CBC article that this is here we go. So this CBC article gives a short summary. Dolly Parton was Russell's nomination for Rock Hall of Fame. She states, let's scroll down a little bit. Here. The musical icon who has been elected into the Country Music Hall of Fame explained her decision in a statement posted on official social media pages on Monday, noting she did not want to take votes away from the remaining nominees. Parton writes, even though I am extremely flattered and grateful to be nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't feel that I have earned that right. I really do not want votes to be split because of me, so I must respectfully bow out. So, Dolly Parton is not only a great musician, but she's a class act. She knows that putting non-rock artists in the Hall of Fame not only dilutes the reputation of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but she knows that it's disrespectful to the actual rock artist. She deserves 100% public praise for this, and I have an excellent article here which points that out. This is over on Metal Injection, written by Greg Canalti. And it's basically the drummer, the long-time big foundational drummer from Judas Priest, Richie Faulkner, a great drummer, and he gives her praise. He acknowledged that Parton recognizes her actual musical genre, which is country music, and here's a quote from him. I think it was a classy move, really. I think she recognized her brand, and it didn't necessarily fit in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I think it raised questions as to what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's brand is as well. So, and he goes on with some more points that he makes on there, which I urge you to read this article. So, but he has a point related to Judas Priest. Judas Priest is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they are they're long established as one of the all-time great metal bands, and metal is a subset of rock and roll. Okay? Other bands not in there should be Slayer, King Diamond, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi of all bands isn't in there yet. Alice in Chains should be in there. There could be a whole series of articles on bands and musicians that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame aren't, but whereas we get artists who aren't even rock musicians in there. Interestingly enough, though, Dolly did remark that this does make her want to make an actual rock and roll album. And she's capable of singing rock and roll style. She has done some covers over the years, if you look around, of rock songs. So I have an article from blabbermouth.net. Nancy Wilson, who, if you don't know who she is, you probably heard of her, the band Nancy and Ann Wilson's band Heart. And I have a previous video about them, which I will link to below, which is also ranty because the Wilson sisters basically, seemingly out of greed, in my view, broke up Heart to make their own, like, Ann Wilson's Heart and Nancy Wilson's Heart. Listen to that video if you're interested. But Nancy Wilson wants to make an album with Dolly, a rock album. And Dolly is obviously interested, and this pairing could work. Dolly has similar vocals to Ann Wilson, but they're not as powerful, obviously. Very few are. And Heart as a musical style, their rock style is very similar to Southern rock, which is kind of like the category of rock music that's very close to country music. Southern rock bands you might have heard of would be Alabama, Charlie Daniels, Leonard Skinner, as examples. I look forward to hearing a collaboration between these two, or maybe some other rock artists. So maybe Dolly would do like a mega collaboration with a bunch of rock artists. Because she's I'm primarily a metal and hard rock fan, progressive rock, progressive metal, but Dolly Parton is a great musician. She's at least 7 or 8 songs that I listen to on every year a couple times. And my all-time favorite Christmas album and song are by Hart and Kenny Rogers. Maybe when I get into Christmas this year, I'll talk about it. And if you want to hear Dolly collaborating with a rock artist, She did quite a few collaborations with Linda Ronstadt back in the day. They did albums as the trio: Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton, and I can't remember her name right now. Sorry about that. So, but I don't want to drag this article out. With sidetracks. So in conclusion, I want to keep following up with news about the remaining class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and with hope that several more of them will show the same intelligent class that Dolly has, and also with this possible collaboration with Ann Wilson and Dolly Parton. Sooner or later, one can hope that the greedy pieces of excrement who own the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, and that's the Rock and Roll Foundation, by the way, they either sell their stock, pass on to the next world, or see their dreams die when someone opens a real Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that doesn't try to dilute its product or for profit. Until then, all we can do is be vigilant and call out their mismanagement whenever it's ahead, and then reach out and grab them Undertaker style and choke slam their pathetic rears to hell, because I'm not such a fan of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame per se. My issue is that music is a form of entertainment, like TV or whatever. So it's secondary to things you need, like food and medicine and taking care of your family and all that. We all know that. But we need something to get us through the day, whether it's playing a game or listening to some songs or watching a movie or having a hobby like my mom likes to crochet, and my aunt used to like to needlepoint. I think she does some. She likes to bake now and stuff like that. We all have to have our thing that gets us through and passes the time and keeps us interested in life. And music is one of those things. And musicians who become the great ones, they get us through a lot. Their songs and their entertainment and stuff. Some dark times and they help us remember some good times. And when you have something like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame, there's one out there, or the Country Musical Hall of Fame, or whatever, or any other one that you have, they need to keep their brand focused on what they're covering, because that not only helps focus on the artist in it maintains respect to those artists by not diluting them with people who have no bearing. Like Eminem, for example, is nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Eminem should be in the Rap Hall of Fame, or hip hop, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember the name of it right now. He's an all-time great hip hop / rap musician. I acknowledge that. He has a couple of songs I like, but I'm not a big time rap fan. And I don't like, there's probably 20 rap songs I really enjoy, especially from older acts like Run DMC, and LL Cool J and Grandmaster Flash. My point is, when you have something like the Rock and Roll of Fame, which is meant both as a marketing tool and to honor the musicians in it, you don't dilute the brand, which is disrespectful for them, and it discounts the brand. It makes it harder for the brand, the Rock and Roll of Fame, to make a profit, keep music, keep honoring artists and preserving their memories going down the line. Man, it's turned to a rant at the end too. Sorry, guys. So thanks for listening. I'm Matt. This is Unbearable73. Hit the like button if you like, dislike if you don't. Comment down below if you have some further thoughts on this issue. I will keep following up with this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame issue, among other things. And subscribe if you're interested in more content from me. Share this video out to help my channels grow. Have a nice day. I am out of here.